All right, enough of you guys have asked me about this, so let's talk about the concept art for Hogwarts Legacy. Now, I know other people have talked about it, and I know, again, you guys have sent me this on Twitter and all these different places, so thank you so much for letting me know. I'm sorry it took me so long. I wanted to uphold my not doing too many Hogwarts Legacy videos, right? But from now on, I will say that when something like this happens, if there is like a brand new thing regarding this game, I'll cover it immediately, okay? So that's my promise to you going forward. Immediately in terms of when I can actually record it, not like the second it happens. But really quickly, if you guys are new here, if you haven't yet already, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on. If you want to follow me over on Twitter, again, I really thank there's many people who sent me this, that I really do appreciate it. So if you guys aren't following me over on Twitter, PodcastNow15 is my Twitter handle. And if you ever see anything like this, definitely make sure to @ me or direct message it to me. Any way you want to get this to me, I would be much appreciative of it. And again, I really thank you guys for sending me this. So this comes from Jason Killar, okay? And he is the Warner Media CEO. And he said, "Great day in Salt Lake City, spending time with the creators and builders of the upcoming game, Hogwarts Legacy. Concept art on the walls of the studio will stop you in your tracks. It certainly did for me. Very happy to be on this team, telling stories in new ways." Now, when I saw this, and when people sent it to me, the first thing I said is, what does this mean? Because we can analyze the pictures, and I'm sure other people have done that. I don't really, we'll talk about each individual picture, but in reality, to sum it up, I really do think a big focus of this game is on creatures and on Fantastic Beasts. Now, this is an interesting tangent, but it fully applies to what we're talking about here. Remember months ago, there's been different leaks on Hogwarts Legacy, okay? The majority of which, in fact, probably all of them, I don't necessarily believe. But there was one early on, and I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember where it was, but it talked about how the Fantastic Beasts, the creatures of this game, are going to be like the main story. That's like the main focus of this game. And I remember saying in that video where it's like, I don't have anything super negative to say about it, but I also don't have anything super positive. Fantastic Beasts, the movie, the first one was kind of on the creatures, but not fully. And then the second, it's called that, but in reality, this is more of like the story of Grindelwald than anything. You know what I mean? That's obviously why the subtitle of the second movie is that. So I feel like they kind of lost their way. And then for something like this, it's called Hogwarts Legacy. There's so much you could do. And then to make it about the creatures is kind of like a weird, maybe you're doing that specifically because of the movie, you know what I mean? So maybe they're doing it, and maybe they got pressure from people above them, and they said, hey, you can make a Wizarding World game, a Harry Potter game, but it's gotta remind people of the franchise we're trying to push, because the movies aren't doing that well. We got the Johnny Depp situation. The second one was not received well. It didn't make as much money as we wanted. We want you to make the game something that'll resonate with people. Now again, that's all speculation. I'm not even saying that is what I fully believe, but that is something that I could understand how you get there. And in fact, I just got there myself, right? But again, that was an early leak that the Fantastic Beasts would be a big part. And again, Fantastic Beasts literally, in my world, what I think of is just any creature in this world. That's it. It could be a dragon, which we see in these pictures. It could be whatever the heck the thing in the cages, which looks like kind of like a rhino, right? So whatever you may think of it, the creatures are some of the more important things, which in the trailer you do see interaction, but I would argue in the trailer it's more about the living experience, right? You can play Quidditch, which they show Quidditch, which again isn't fully confirmed, I guess, if you can play it, but they show Quidditch, they show you in potions class, they show you in all these different classes, they show you battling, they show you versus different creatures, but you're fighting them. So again, they're trying to summarize everything you're gonna do in the game. There wasn't a clear image, or there wasn't a clear push or focus on what the full game was going to be. So again, I don't want to make this video just talking about the pictures. I think that's kind of boring. You guys have already seen them for a couple, maybe about a week at this point, right? I kind of want to talk about more or less what they mean. So they all look great. I mean, the dragon, cute little dragon, I'd like that as a pet. The Gryffindor thing, so you see all the houses. Now I'm reading through these names, right? You see Noah. I can't read the first name. The second one's Brett. So I feel like these are just people that work there. I don't think these are people that are in the game. I think these are they probably all took, the people that work there, Avalanche, they probably all took the test to see which house they were in, and they just kind of wrote it down as something kind of fun. And then you get to see a little like a little I guess like a fence enclosed area where I don't even know what the heck you could probably do with this thing. I love the water in the background. Hey, I mean, a reoccurring theme, by the way, is all this stuff looks beautiful. Like I'm really impressed by how visually amazing it looks. And then you have a garden gnome, killer potato edition, and you see that. So it's not, again, it's not the most in the world. Obviously, we know dragons are going to be in this game as we see it in the trailer. But to me, it just, and again, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. That's definitely something that you guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments. But I don't really look at it as good or bad. I kind of just look at it as like it could just be. It kind of just is what it is. Maybe that maybe they do push creatures on us quite a bit. You could argue like concept art. So like I think he was very specific with what he showed. Obviously, there would be a lot more, and there probably is, right? A lot more. If he's saying like you're walking down these hallways and you just see these things, I'm sure there's more. There's probably concept art of the different heroes or the different, like the friends or the main character. But again, you could probably make your own, or you can make your own character, but maybe there's like a default look that they have as a concept art. Maybe there's a couple of your friends which would not have variations to them, right? They would actually be, like, they would be them. The villains, there would definitely, I would say, be concept art on the villains. There maybe would be like a battle, like concept art of like fighting. So there's a lot more, I assume, that's there that he's purposely not showing. And that's another thing that kind of makes it a little bit more confusing, because it's like, why did, I'm sure there's other stuff he could have shown without being spoiled, without us being spoiled, right? But he chose to show, again, besides the Gryffindor thing, besides the houses, the rest of it is just creatures. So he showed creatures. And maybe that's just a way, again, like you can easily show that without spoiling. Maybe people can pick apart a picture of the villain and figure it all out. Or maybe people will be able to, again, pick apart a picture of a student and say, oh, maybe this is a descendant of this person. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why they did it. But you could also easily look at it as, maybe this is something that they really want to push, that like these creatures are going to be very important to the game. And again, there was a leak out there that I believe I said I don't believe it. Okay, I believe that's a tongue twister, right? I don't think I believe that leak, but at the same time, it seems like it could very well be possible. So again, I mean, the positives are the fact that we got new stuff. I mean, it's great anytime we do get new things. Now, E3 is right around the corner. I promised that I would do an E3 video for this game. I will. We'll actually probably do a couple E3 videos for this game, and we'll see if they end up showing it. I think the odds are kind of high, but we'll talk about that, over the coming weeks. But if this, again, I promise, pinky swear, if this happens again, if something like this, a leak or I wouldn't even say this is a leak. Like, this is a guy who's high up there that literally just went to the studio and posted pictures. He was like, I don't really care what people will say about me in a negative. I don't care if, like, I get reprimanded for this. I'm going to do it anyway. So whenever this kind of stuff does happen, I will make a video much, much more up to date, okay, than this one. But I do think it's very cool. They look very beautiful. I cannot wait to experience all of these pictures besides that Gryffindor one, because that's not going to be in the game. And I can't wait. Okay, I can't wait. With that being said as well, though, we'll have to see how much of a push they make towards Fantastic Beasts. Now, if you're wondering, this will be the last thing I say. If you're wondering, I did make a video entirely on Fantastic Beasts. Some that I think will be in this game, what we could do with them, the importance of them. I already made that video. I made it months ago, so you'd have to kind of go searching for it, but I definitely did make the video, and I'm sure I'll circle back to that topic. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Did you like the, these pictures? Do you think that Fantastic Beasts are going to be a major part of this game? Let me know. As always, make sure, again, you guys are subscribed. We're pushing for 50K. I know a lot of you guys are already subscribed, but if you're not, definitely make sure you guys do. I try to do a new Hogwarts video every 5 or so days. As I said, if this stuff happens again, I'll do it much more up to date. We'll add an extra video in there. Make sure to follow me over on Twitter. If you ever see anything that I don't see and you want to send it my way through DMs or just adding me or anything like that, you can definitely do it over there. Podcast Now 15 is my Twitter handle. Links in the description as well if you guys want a faster way of getting there. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate it. Really, really do. I hope to see you all on the next video.